deep breath in for me. Let it out. Another slow, deep, relaxed breath, holding nice and still. And exhale, full, deep, and relaxed the entire time.
Wow. What is suspension? It's such a great question because if you break it down, it's literally really easy.
Where are you going? Mission flotation over here.
I think if you walk kind of towards your left, it's inclines down. Just take baby steps.
Usually it's a person with hooks in their back that is lifted off the ground.
Suspension is basically, in layman's terms, putting hooks in somebody and hanging from them.
You know, I don't know, it kind of takes the magic out of it. When you think of it that way, you know?
On one hand, you get people that have absolutely no idea what you're talking about at all. Like, wait, so I don't get it. What exactly do you do? Like, you pierce your back, and then they kind of just want to stop at that, because a lot of people are still like squeamish about that whole aspect. Like, you pierce your back, and then you hang from those piercings. I don't understand. And I'm like, okay, well, I wish I could say it better, but there's more than that.
No longer is your bone structure what you really consider your form. The thing that gives you strength and definition is no longer involved in supporting your weight anymore. It's basically like a very rudimentary form of weightlessness.
I'd like to think there's 4 reasons. I've been shooting it for a long time. We talked about this in the car. But basically, there's a spiritual aspect, there's a pain element, there's a community aspect, and there's a freak show.
Sweet. Nice inhale, exhale.
Generally what it is, it's anywhere between, I believe it's 8 to 4 gauge hooks that can be placed into your body and then either suspended a matter of inches off the floor or 15 to 20 feet off the floor, even higher. Personally, suspension, what I've gotten out of it, there are no words to describe it. It's something that I always tell people that you just kind of have to either be there or actually experience it yourself. I always describe it as there are 3 ways that I've noticed that you can experience a suspension. 1, just horrific pain. Can't go through with it. Passing out, you know, it doesn't work sometimes. And then there's 2 where you just have an amazing time, you're flying around up there, you know. Doing tricks and spinning, this and that, and then there's 3 where you actually get to meditate and have somewhat of an outer body experience and just kind of come to realize things that you've never realized before.
Very good. Congratulations,
That was awesome.
Sweet.
You just, to give into pain is what is pain, right?
Well, we experience pain in physical pain, because there are nerves that course throughout the body that when injured fire brain signals to the brain that tell you ouch, and that there's an injury, that there's some healing to be done. There's something, you should move your hand away from the fire. It's probably adaptive.
Nerve endings, brains, that's why. Yeah. Is that what you're going for? Like, what type of fucking pain? Breaking an ankle, shaving and cutting yourself. What type of pain? Heartache? Pain is just a word that describes something that nobody can describe.
The first time I ever got suspended, Brett was wearing a shirt that said, "Pain is weakness leaving the body." After that day, I felt like that.
Pain is a lesson, and whether it's, it hurts when I touch the stove, don't touch the stove. But it doesn't mean always a negative connotation. Yes, it hurts to do suspension, but that doesn't mean that the results that you get out of them are necessarily negative.
Of course it hurts. Absolutely. It's fucking stupid. We don't like to say that to anybody's faces because it's not socially acceptable, but that's one of the fucking dumbest questions you can ask.
You alright? Is it emotional or physical? Emotional. Awesome. That's great. That's fucking amazing. That's great. Let it go, girl. Let it go. Feel it. Get into it. As we walk down, we kept giving everybody water.
My way around.
If you didn't have bloody holes in your back, I'd give you the biggest hug right now.
Doesn't that hurt? God, that's a question that I get every day. Literally maybe about 20 to 25 times a day.
I've noticed when you tell people about body modification and the rituals that you perform, it's the, did that hurt? Why would you want to do that? What do you get out of it? And it's just this real scripted thing across the board that people go through. And the only reason that I don't tell everybody about it is because it kind of gets a little frustrating and tiring saying the same things over and over.
There you go.
Fuck yeah, dude.
If we could take you up a little, like maybe 6 inches,
It's definitely very tolerable. The actual suspension, putting tension on it and all that is a totally different. It's pressure. It's intense, but it's. There's still some very real pain that's there, but it kind of dissipates and subsides when you least expect it. It's like you have to give into it for it to go away.
The way that I describe suspension is kind of like the way that I describe tattooing. Is there are good days and there are bad days. There are days where you're just kind of like, oh yeah, this is a breeze, and then there's a bad day where it's just like, holy hell, get me out of here.
Shelby. She's down. She's down. She's down. Get her. Shelby.